I want to thank the people that remarked in our comment box yesterday's video that I was coughing. Yes, I was hacking in the background. I'm so sorry. Hope I didn't interrupt your enjoyment of listening to Douglas. And we are better now, thank you. But as I was sitting here today recuperating, I'm just getting sick and tired of it. It's been bugging me my whole life, and I'm getting it off my chest. I'm tired of these femtards running the country. And who is a femtard? Someone like Christy Noem. All prancy with her double-hooped earrings out there, acting like she's the big gal at the DHS, the boss babe, when we all know it's Tom Homan and the boys that are picking up everybody. I want to know, Christy, why haven't you picked up Kamala Harris? She's an illegal alien. She infiltrated our election. You talk about foreign election interference. Why don't you go pick up Kamala Harris and send her to Gitmo for her military tribunal, or send her back to Jamaica? And while we're at it, why haven't we the people seen the citizenship papers on Marco Rubio? From everything we read, he is also an illegal alien. So have you done your research there? And if he is not a citizen, you need to pick his ass up too. So Christy, every time I see you out there prancing in your double hoops, I am reminded of the many things you are not doing to save this country. And I'm not finished. That Pam Bondi is a worthless piece of you-know-what. She is not a DOJ. She's an NBC News correspondent, and it wouldn't surprise me if she didn't have a special deal with Fox News to do these coverages that she does. What has she done? We see no major arrests from the Department of Justice, and I have little time for this woman. We have just spent 4 years waiting. And before that, we had Bill Barr and Jeff Sessions and Rod Rosenstein all running down the clock. I'm not waiting for you, honey. And you know what a femtard is? I know people are very offended. They're just very upset, but we need to have this conversation, and loudly and boldly. We need to stop putting women in positions of power and letting them think that they have that power. She was put in place because Donald Trump asked her to be in that place, and Congress approved it. Well, that should tell you right off the bat that's a problem. I want to see major arrests from the DOJ. And I want all you cats to get in there. I see the comment boxes. I even saw a poll earlier. Who do you trust more? And listed a bunch of people. Pam Bondi flunks it. So we need to clean house. Now, people say, well, who would you put in place? How about somebody like Stephen Miller or Ken Paxton? How about putting a man in charge? Somebody who can get shit done instead of worrying about how her hair looks before she goes on the next NBC news show. And then another one, here's another femtard. Now, there's a difference between libtards. All liberals and their women, they're all libtards, okay? I haven't met a one that wasn't. But the femtards are really bothering me because they're women who pretend to be pro-America, pro-Constitution, and they sneak their way in. And then we wind up with a Supreme Court Justice, Amy Coney Barrett. Now, we all were screaming, all of us, you cats too, Trump, you're making a mistake. She's a liberal. Can't you look at her? And she just hid, and then all of a sudden now she comes out, and all of her rulings are ruling against the Constitution. That's a femtard. What do they have on that woman? I always look at those children of hers, that virtue. I see it as virtue signaling, and I understand that there are families that adopt in or bring in children from foreign countries and children that are outside of the race. I get that. But I don't see that in her case, because when I look at those children, those Haiti children, what I see is Laura Silsby and Hillary Clinton all over it. And that woman must be compromised to make these kinds of decisions. I'm tired of the femtards, and you need to grow a pair and start calling them out. They're no good right now for America.
Trump says it's a meritorious system now. And so what he's doing is he's demanding that people turn in their resume. Okay. You only become a politician because you haven't been as successful at life. Okay? Remember that. Only the losers go into politics. These are not the intelligent people. These are the self-centered people. And let me give you a slight example just to show you how bad it is.
I think people would rather hear me rail about the femtards.
Well, the femtards, because I'm a guy, I can't say
You
this.
can't say it. I can't. And I'll tell you something else. One other thing I wanted to say, and I'm so sorry I took this away. I can say this because I have spent a long career with business women. I myself, and I don't talk about it on social media, am a very successful businesswoman. I've had many employees, and I don't put up with weak, whiny women. And that's what I see all around me. And they are not just your employees, they're also the bosses. They are also, I was in a group of all women entrepreneurs. I couldn't believe how liberal and weak they all were. Nobody was standing up for America. And the other femtard is Tulsi Gabbard. I know everybody thinks she's tough. Oh, yeah, former military. She just sent out a post today. You know what the femtard is doing? She's putting together, what is that, a committee, a task force. Okay, hold on, folks. She's putting on a task force to look into the intelligence community to see if there's anything bad going on. You have to be kidding. Does that woman even know about Crossfire Hurricane and the players in it? Does she know that the British are behind the coup against America? Come on. Tulsi Gabbard is another lousy pick by Donald Trump.
Had Kamala Harris become president, that was the end.
Dumb femtard doesn't even know about the British involvement with the overthrow of America. Just ask her, Mr. Trump, when in the next cabinet meeting. Say, hey, anybody hear that the British are behind this?
You need to calm down.